I'm ready to go if you are.
Yep.
I'd like to welcome everybody to this morning's meeting of the Board of Supervisors. The date is Thursday, June 6th. The time is 9:30 in the morning. I'd ask everybody to stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Are there any agenda deletions? We do have it. Excuse me.
Mark, I'm sorry, can I make one change?
Sure.
On item I, could we just say times to be determined for the hearings at this point?
So item I will be deleted.
No, don't delete it, just the dates will stand, but we may need to do some adjusting on the times.
Okay.
And it will be published, there'll be a notice published in the news.
Okay. So the time's going to be changed, is what you're saying.
Just, yeah, we'll just say times to be determined.
Time to be determined. Okay. Got it.
Thank you.
So we'll add that to the consent agenda with that little addition there. Time to be determined. We also have an amended item to the agenda, which will be added without objection. Okay. Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda with the amendment to item I that the time for that public hearing will be determined and the public will be notified.
We need to do roll call, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Roll call, please.
Okay, thank you. McIntyre?
Here.
Peter?
Here.
Snell?
Here. Okay, here we go. We've got a motion on the floor also. Do I have a second? I'll second it. All in favor? Roll call, please.
McIntyre?
No.
Peter?
Aye.
Snell?
Aye. Okay, moving on then to claims. We notice this one is a small one compared to the others that we usually have.
Absolutely.
It was only $213,000. I still can't get over the one we did last month for over $2 million. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Do you have a motion to approve the claims?
I'll make a motion to approve the claims.
Second?
Roll call.
McIntyre?
Aye.
Peter?
Aye.
Snell?
Aye. Now, we have a special presentation by the Des Moines International Airport. Please welcome.
Hello, I'm Brian Mulcahy. I'm the Assistant Executive Director at the Des Moines International Airport. And a couple of years ago, we had made an effort to get out to a number of local governments and request some support for the new terminal program. And Warren County committed $10,000 to help with the terminal program. We're starting to go vertical with construction now. The foundations will be in soon, and then construction will continue from there. Expect to be done with the new terminal in December 2026 or January 27. We want to take the opportunity, now that we're getting into construction, to come out and just present a plaque to Warren County Supervisors. It says Terminal Project Champion, which is what we really view all the 28 local governments who support the project with dollars. We really appreciate it. It helped us get over the funding hump, and we're looking forward to getting the project done. So present this to Supervisor Snell. And then I also have a QR code here that I'll give you that you can use to watch a fly-through of the new terminal.
Oh, nice.
Great design.
Well, thank you very
Appreciate
much.
your support.
And I think on behalf of the board and of the citizens of Warren County, we're very pleased that this is going on, that we could be participants in this. So thank you very much.
All right.
We appreciate this recognition.
Thank you. Thanks for the support.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you, Dean.
Just leave this with you. Okay.
Okay. Next, we're up to item 4, which is an update from Carlisle on the certified site. Do you believe, Devin?
We have some handouts. How do you want those?
Thank you.
We brought extras, so whoever you think needs one. Ready?
Yes, please go ahead.
Thanks
Why
for
don't you,
the,
say, Devin, why don't you just introduce yourself and your title and that sort of stuff?
I'm Devin Markley, City Administrator in Carlisle. This is Mitch Holtz, our engineer at Strand Associates. I'd like to thank you guys for the opportunity to update you and provide, and also for providing the funds for the project. Mitch has been working with Carlisle for about 2 decades now and has been crucial in assisting Rachel Fusco at Warren County Economic Development and I with the project. I thought it'd be good to have him here to assist with questions. My city clerk and finance manager are also part of the team. They've been around for about a year and 6 months respectively. So this project has been interesting, if not bumpy experience for most of the team. We appreciate the assistance and the understanding of you guys and your staff, particularly Michaela. She's been very helpful in the process. So thank you for that. I want to just take a minute to give an update on some background so we all understand what the project is. And some of the hurdles that we've already jumped. Then Mitch will give us an update on some of the recent progress and the timeline that we're working with. The project would extend a 12-inch water main down Frontline Road from an existing water main near the Carlisle Vet Clinic. The line would extend west and then jog under Highway 5 to provide a large main to property just west of Parking Lot Specialties. Parking Lot Specialties is shown as Brown Enterprises on that map. As you drive by Carlisle on the bypass, headed east, it's the large open field to the south that you see. The main portion of that property is about 102.77 acres. The neighboring property is also developable and could add an additional 83.8 acres to that total. All of that property has significant potential for development and is being targeted by Warren County Economic Development as our potential certified site. The water main extension makes that site significantly more developable and helps the city service that area with our previous award-winning water as it develops. The light blue line extending on the north side of Highway 5 was the original path that we wanted to take. It would serve a large amount of potential development of ground on the north side of Highway 5. Despite several conversations and significant effort put in by Rachel with the property owner, they would not agree to an easement to extend that through there. During the same time, Mitch was having some ongoing conversations with Iowa DOT about the project, and around the same time learned of the preference to move the crossing east back towards the vet clinic. We looked at 2 more alternate routes shown in green and blue on the map, and then Mitch will give us an update on that conversation and where we are with the project timeline.
Thanks, Devin. We do have a bigger board here. If it helps to sort of point things out, it matches what you folks have in front of you. So where we are today, we do have approval from the DOT to extend a diagonal route. Originally, they had told us we needed to be perpendicular with the roadway. They had since offered that they would be willing to accept the diagonal route, which while it makes the casing under the roadway longer, it shortens the rest of the water main a little bit. And now we don't have 2 property owners to get easements from, we just have 1. And we have spoken with what's labeled as Double D Development, LLC, and they have verbally agreed to allow the water main on their property and also allow their property be a staging area because it does not currently have a building on it. So what's great about that is we got a place to store pipe. There is not a really good spot to store pipe, equipment, machines, that sort of thing. And so we feel like we've really got this project locked in as far as where the path of the water main will be, where the contractor will stage their equipment and whatnot. And so at this point, it's really a full go to get it designed, get it bid, and then get it constructed. So that's sort of where we're at today with, I guess, the design and the sort of preliminary plan work that goes into these sort of projects.
What is the projected timeline?
The projected timeline, we are going to spend the month of June and July on design. We plan to bid in August, and with anticipated construction yet this year. Now, I need to look at a little closer at the lead time required for casing pipe, because often steel casing can be a bit of a hurdle, and so we'll have to have a conversation of whether or not we can procure the steel ahead of time to allow the contractor to get in and running, because we feel like the construction can happen. This has to be a bore and jack project. It's not a directional drill job because of the steel casing. We cannot bend steel. And so that makes it a little bit different of a project. But 2 months should be enough to get this water main in yet this year and expend the funds, as I understand is the requirement.
Yeah.
And so we believe that that's all within reason. The design of the project is really nothing that we can't handle in a month or two. So it's really just getting it bid and getting a contractor selected. So, and to my knowledge, contractors are still hungry based on some of the bids we're getting on other projects. So that's a good thing too for everyone.
Good, good.
Any other questions we can answer?
Could you just go over, again, the acreage that's going to be made available then for development as a result of this? And the potential beyond it? I assume there's more potential with the line going to where it is. I'm assuming there's something else that maybe could happen beyond this immediate project.
So immediately adjacent, there's 102.77 acres, and then directly adjacent to that property to the west, so right along 140th, there's another 83.8. So that totals about 185 acres total. And then potentially long-term, that would open up area to the south that would then connect into the north side of North River.
Does this impact the sewer, sanitary sewer at all? Or is
No.
this strictly water?
This is just strictly water.
And was this the only thing that was basically holding up the project at this point? Was-
Yes.
Yeah, that's all. This is good news. Thank you.
Yep.
There is already a 15-inch sanitary sewer stub to the subject parcel. That would be the certified site. So it's already, from a sewer standpoint, it was already set up for, sort of large, large developments like a certified site. Whereas the water was the difficult part. Certified sites typically need a little more water. And so this water main fulfills that need.
Great.
Good. This is wonderful. Any other questions?
No, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I have a question.
Okay.
So is this site, after this goes in, the site's not certified at that point, correct?
No.
So
no.
what has to happen for the site to be certified?
So the certified site process is pretty robust. There's a lot of check marks that you have to go through. And Rachel has been in conversations. She's been working on 3 different throughout all the communities, all the large communities. And so we've been sort of on the backside of that, going through the same check boxes, trying to knock off things in addition to Indianola and Norwalk. The big limiting factor in this site is going to be Mid-American Utilities. We've been in conversations with them, but as we understand, Carlisle has 2 routes for electric to come in, one up by Army Post Road, and then one right along this site. Both of them, we've been told, could be difficult to improve the size of them. So with the certified site, you essentially make a commitment. I believe it's 9 months that the utilities can be upsized and ready for development. And we're working through with Mid-Am to figure out if that's possible.
So is it the goal of the Carlisle, for the city of Carlisle to have a certified site? That's the ultimate goal, right? That's
Yes.
what we're all trying to get to?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
I think what happened in Norwalk with their certified site sort of was a nice, bright spot, and I think all of us have really paid attention to that and see the potential, so I think it's definitely worth the effort and time, and this would get us further along that track.
Okay, great.
There are other activities going on around this particular intersection. Are you engaged with the folks from Polk County at all and aware of what they're preparing to do?
Yep.
Okay.
We've had conversations with them, and then we've also, Gateway Drive is a bit of a sticky intersection in Carlisle. It's unprotected at this time, and we've been in conversations with the DOT. With development, that is going to have to change eventually. So we've been in conversations with both the DOT and a developer looking at doing some development on potential changes there, so.
I'm just curious, with the other development that Polk County has been proposing on the other side of the interchange, would that ever be annexed into Carlisle?
All of the other side of the bypass is in Des Moines city limits.
It is already? Okay, just wanted to double check. Great. Any other questions?
No, thank you.
Thank you very much for the update.
Thanks for the opportunity, guys.
Mitch, thanks for everything you're doing.
Being here, thank you.
Okay, we'll go now to item 5. Joelle, do you want to comment on this at all? If not, unless there's a question from the board, we can just move forward on it.
Morning.
Good morning.
This is just a request for approval to go ahead. We currently have a printer copier equipment in the General Assistance Department right now that has been bought outright, but it is expired its time on appropriate use. So I contacted MMIT, who we currently have contracts with for printers and copiers, and they said that all of the other county departments, except for one, actually do a rental agreement instead of purchase outright, because it gives us the option to upgrade when the time is necessary. So this is basically a request to do such, to upgrade the equipment that we currently have, and you do a rental arrangement rather than a purchase outright. And we plan to pay for 2 years ahead with the funding that we currently have available in fiscal year '24 budget. So,
Any questions?
Yeah. Did you go through IT in this request?
we certainly did, yep. We talked to Matt to make sure that he was on board with the decision to do this. And Matt was actually the one that had given us some information regarding the fact that there's only one department in the county that purchases the equipment outright, so.
Okay, super, thank you.
Yep.
Can I have a motion here to approve the
Yep.
agreement?
I will make a motion to approve the MMIT service agreement with Public Health.
Second?
Okay, roll call, please.
McIntyre.
Aye.
Peter.
Aye.
Snell.
Aye. Motion carried. Now we'll look at the treasurer's parking lot closure request with possible action. Andrew, do you want to come up and talk with us just a moment?
Good morning.
Good morning.
So my request is simply to close the Temple parking lot on Tuesdays, every Tuesday of the month, to allow for motorcycle drives to be conducted in a more safe manner for not only our employees, but the testers, so cars are not driving in and out.
Very good.
And that's restricted to the Temple parking lot, correct?
Correct.
Any questions?
No?
It's the Des Moines Metro Operator. You've been communicating with them on the closures, correct?
I have not personally.
Yeah, but.
Jamie?
You're
I
aware-
think, yes.
I see a
Jamie.
nod back there.
Des Moines Metro Opera is okay with closing down the parking lot on Tuesdays. It's been communicated, and they've made other plans, and they're good with all of this.
I wouldn't go that far. I would say they're aware of the
Potential.
discussion to close, so they'll figure something out. I think it's the easiest way for everybody, House of Mercy, everybody that uses that, her to know every Tuesday, no parking in the lot, find another spot. So, and they've all been contacted previously about Andrew's request.
So,
Yeah.
we're just telling them that's what we're gonna do.
Yes.
I'm not gonna vote for that. So that's just, I'm not gonna tell them, hey, from now on, we're gonna do it this way, without having a, discussion about, what we can do as a partner, as a governing body to make their operation run well and smooth. Just to make a change. I know we own the property, but I think we could just do a little better job of making sure that we're doing everything we can do to make this palatable for the Des Moines Metro Opera, that's all. So I would just take some, I'd like to table this, I'd like an opportunity to go over there and talk to them, make sure that they're fine with this. And I think we can make it fine with them, for sure. That'd be my opinion.
I tend to agree with you, but I just don't understand, like, what else we could offer them. Like, what else could we do? I mean, this is for the public, and this is so that you can have at least one day set aside so that you won't have any issues with people testing, and I know that's a safety issue as well. So what would be some suggestions as to what we could do to make
My
it?
suggestion would be to have like a discussion with them, to let them know why we need to do what we need to do, and see how many parking spots they need, and on Tuesday, how many parking spots they need, and what we can do to effectuate proper deliveries to their facilities, making sure they understand that we care about their operation and that we're just not going to mandate something, that's all.
Right, I
I
understand.
think what I'm hearing between all this conversation is that it's not that we aren't going to do this.
No,
but
it's,
we just
we're going to do
the
it.
timing
Right.
here, the
Wanna make-
timing is the issue.
Yeah,
I think, Andrea, what I would suggest we do today, we'll table this and try to get these other communications handled first, and then bring this back for final approval. So I think that
Okay,
was maybe the right thing to do at this moment. So we'll just pause this for a little bit. So we'll move on to the next item.
And I do agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we need to do this. I know you need to do this. I'm not going to hold you up. I just want to touch base with them and see if there's anything we can do to make this
Okay.
more palatable for them. And, if there isn't, we'll have to make a decision. If there is, and we come up with something, maybe we can make this better. And
Okay.
we're not just demanding that they do something.
Right.
Like, take something away that we provided for
Yeah.
them for 8 years and just say, okay, we're not going to do that anymore because it doesn't work for us anymore. Let's
Right.
communicate.
Okay,
That's all I'm asking.
I am too.
Okay,
All right.
so, Michaela, I'm going to suggest that we put this on to the next agenda as an item to come back up, okay? And in the meantime, hopefully those conversations will have been had and we can figure out,
And they will. I'll definitely get on this right away. I appreciate the
okay?
Yeah, thank you.
We'll move on to item number 7, Wonder on Buxton discussion with possible action.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Doug Byland from City of Indianola Parks and Recreation, but also I'm representing Hometown Pride Committee, Hometown Pride. I think we met a week and a half ago to kind of give you the general idea of what we're looking at. Should have in your packet, I hope everybody has this 25-page document with kind of a lot more of the specs and details of where everything is going to go. I think that what we're here to do today is make sure to ask your permission to put the 3 sculptures, 2 on this property and the one over by the Justice Center. We did talk a little bit about changing the founding frame to one side being 1846 and one side being 1849. So one for the county founding and one for Indianola's founding date.
I'm curious on that. Originally, there'd been some discussion about, so you maybe could take a picture or something like that, using it as kind of a frame type deal.
Right, so-
Is that still the
so-
intention here?
Part of the public feedback was to kind of have that Instagram moment, right? So you can go and take a selfie kind of thing.
Right.
So one side will have Simpson College in the background, and one side will have the square. I mean, I know it's a block away from the square, but you can picture yourself and take a picture with both of those in the background, obviously with trying to connect Simpson College to the square. So,
I'm assuming we're talking about item number 6 is the frame that we're talking about.
Item 6.
I think that, at least in what you've shared with us, that's the one I think we're talking about.
Yep.
Okay. Where's the placement on that one again?
So we're going to put it on the corner of Clinton and North Buxton, right out here on the lawn, at a slightly skewed angle so you can see the square and the college.
Okay.
I
Okay,
don't have any issue. I think this is a wonderful project, and I'm glad you guys are involved and that you're leading this. It's real positive. I see nothing but upside on
Yep.
these things.
And then with the desire that we'll have a grand unveiling on July 7th at the Celebrate Warren County Parade, along with Art Festival and Balloon Festival and everything that's going on at the same time.
Great.
Exciting.
Great idea.
All right. Okay, good.
great.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the Wonder on Buxton.
I'll second.
Okay. Roll call, please.
McIntyre?
Aye.
Peter?
Aye.
Snell?
Aye.
Thank you, Doug, very
Yeah,
much.
Thank you,
Yeah.
guys.
Thank you, Doug.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Okay, I guess we're up to item number 8, 45-mile-per-hour speed limit on 110th Avenue in Hoover.
There's been quite a few houses built on 110th, and it is a direct route from the city to the new wastewater treatment plant for the city. So increased truck traffic too. It's quite a bit of hills, so we've gotten a few complaints and requests to lower the speed limit just due to the increased traffic and the houses being built, and we agree that 45 is a comfortable speed on that road.
Okay.
So what are the point-to-point identifications? Is it between Hoover and Grimes? Is that what it is on 110th?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions?
None at all. Not
Yeah.
here.
Are you sure 45 is low enough?
Yeah. I
Yeah?
mean, it works for the sight distance for all the driveways, and you can always go lower if it
Right.
gets more developed, but for right now, 45 is, I
Okay.
don't want it to be a speed trap that nobody's gonna follow
Right,
either,
right.
so.
Okay, that's a good point. Thank you. All right, well,
Is there a motion?
yep. I'll make a motion to approve the 45 mile per hour speed limit on 110th Avenue between Hoover Street and Grimes Street.
Second? Okay, roll call, please.
McIntyre?
Aye.
Peter?
Aye.
Snell?
Aye. Thank you, Tim. Now, I assume you're going to stay up for number 9 as well.
Yep.
Consider approval of a two-way stop and signage at the intersection of Nevada Street and 130th Avenue with possible action.
130th is the old Highway 65, 69, very narrow two-lane pavement that's in pretty rough shape, admittedly, but it's actually an uncontrolled intersection currently. And at the north side of 130th, there's a business that was built back there. It's like a chiropractor, acupuncturist, so it's started creating quite a bit more traffic. And those people aren't familiar with the uncontrolled intersection, and our office does not like uncontrolled intersections anyways, and it was brought to our attention, so we agree that stopping traffic on 130th at that intersection for safety reasons is a good idea.
Okay,
No questions?
any,
No, thank you.
you have a motion?
Make a motion to approve a two-way stop and signage at the intersection of Nevada Street and 130th Avenue.
Second?
Roll call, please.
McIntyre?
Aye.
Peter?
Aye.
Snell?
Aye. Now, we're going to talk about considering an interfund operating transfer for the following departments with possible action: conservation and wellness.
All right, so starting with conservation, this was a budgeted transfer. It's just moving funds from two of their other funds into the reserve fund where they can actually spend out of instead of having these kind of extra funds out there.
Okay.
Just consolidating them. So that would be $17,502.59 from their native grass drill fund, and then $5,972.49 from their conservation capital improvement fund, Fund 27. Don, should we do 2 resolutions? So yeah, probably a resolution for that one and then a separate one for wellness.
Okay. We'll make a, oh, sorry.
What's going on with wellness?
So wellness, it's the funding of the program. So
Oh, like we always do, like put the 60 grand?
yes, yep. So it's $60,000 from general basic to the wellness
Like we
fund.
do every single year.
Correct.
Just got to fund the program. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. There's separate motions here unless we want to combine them into one,
I would prefer you do 2 separate ones.
2 separate ones. So we need 2 motions here.
Okay.
Go ahead and make a motion if you'd like on conservation.
Okay.
Okay, make a motion to approve fund transfers, 2 transfers, one in the amount of $17,502.59, the other amount $5,972.49, to be transferred internally from one fund of conservation to the other.
Second?
Okay, roll call, please.
McIntyre?
Aye.
Peter?
Aye.
Snell?
Aye. Okay, let's do the next resolution then.
Okay.
I can do that one too.
You want to do
Okay,
that one?
thank you.
I'd like to make a motion to transfer, is it exactly 60,000?
Correct, yes.
Exactly $60,000 into the wellness fund so it can operate next year.
From the general basic fund.
Is it from general basic?
Yes.
Yes.
From the general basic fund, thank you, Chairman. And that is my motion.
Second?
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Roll call.
McIntyre?
Aye.
Peter?
Aye.
Snell?
Aye. Okay, now we'll look at considering the FY24 budget reappropriations with possible action.
So this, I've talked on my budget reports, how the medical examiner department has gone over. This is taking, so it has to be within the same function area, which is the middle portion of our account numbers. So it's taking from an ARPA expense. It's not actually taking it from the project or anything, just from the ability to spend it this fiscal year and moving it into the line item for the medical examiner to bring them back in their budget.
So we're dealing with the medical examiner? Is that the one we're dealing with now?
Yes.
Okay. Any questions?
No questions?
No.
Can I have a motion?
Yep. Make a motion to reappropriate funds for the medical examiner.
Second?
Roll call.
McIntyre?
Aye.
Peter?
Aye.
Snell?
Aye.
Thank you.
Now, item 12. Marty, you want to come up here just to explain for the public so they understand what this is?
This is simply a formality to close the Indianola Congregate site only for the purposes of submitting the right paperwork to Aging Resources.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm asking.
Okay. Any questions about that?
I'll make a motion to do a formal closure of the Indianola Congregate Meal Site, effective immediately?
Correct.
Okay. That's my motion.
Okay.
This is really hard.
Okay, I'll second that motion. A roll call, please.
McIntyre?
No.
Peter?
Aye.
Snell?
Aye. Okay, on to item 13, consider rescinding resolution 2429, adjusting board meeting times with possible action.
I brought this up in the last work session. I could just stand on the comments that I made there. Nothing's changed from my perspective. And
Okay?
Well, the original was at least until the end of July. For my own personal reasons, I had asked, but I would like for you guys to consider doing that for the remainder of the year because it is something that the public can participate in instead of having to take off work to attend every board meeting. At least they have one meeting a month they can come to in the evening.
We did discuss this after Supervisor Heater brought this up, and at that meeting, I'm inclined to make the change because this is really quite burdensome on the existing staffing and the arrangements that are having to be made by a number of people. So I'm going to suggest that we rescind this immediately. So you want to make that motion?
I'll make a motion to rescind Resolution 24-29, adjusting the board meeting times effective immediately. That's my motion.
And I'll second that. Roll call.
McIntyre?
No.
Peter?
Aye.
Snell?
Aye. And now we'll go on to item 14, which is to receive and file reports from General Assistance, Humane Society, and Veterans Affairs. Any,
Motion to receive and file General Assistance, Humane Society, and the Veteran Affairs reports.
we have a motion
Second?
and a second. Roll call.
McIntyre?
Aye.
Peter?
Aye.
Snell?
Aye. And now we are up to supervisor reports. Who would like to go first?
I'm going to forego mine, please.
What did you say?
I'm not going to report this time.
I can pass on my report as well.
I think I'll pass also. So now we'll go on to public input. Is there anybody here today that would like to speak to the board on items that are not on the agenda? We do restrict time to 3 minutes, and no public input will be allowed on any of today's items that have already been discussed. Seeing no public input at this point, then we'll move on to item 17. The next meeting date will be Tuesday, June 18th at 9:30 a.m. Have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Roll call.
McIntyre?
Aye.
Peter?
Aye.
Snell?
Aye.